Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. The last time I uploaded was about a year ago, well at least uploaded for Rust, and it was a pretty shitty base design. It was a 2x1 that literally everybody knows how to build, and I think I should redeem myself by showing you guys how to build my newest base. I've become something of a clan base builder. I've built for a couple bigger clans, and this is my newest base. So I think we should just start with a little walkthrough. First, coming into the first compound, we have an airlock with metal barricades supposed to be up here, but I haven't placed them yet. Going into the compound, our entrance is over here. Shotgun traps will be here, but they lag out the server. Closing 4 doors just to get in. Coming into the compound, we have room for large furnaces, and these here can also be swapped out with windows if you want peeks into your compound. Coming out to the shell. Coming into the shell, we have just about 2 foundations wide, drop boxes, peeks out into the compound, and a turret peak, which I don't know why the turret is not placed, my bad. Coming up into the up and over part of the base, we come in. This is supposed to be a loot room. Drop boxes, here's the way up, and a 2-way window for retake or defense. Coming down into the main core, we have spots for lockers or furnaces, boxes, and a TC and a locker. Going up, we have 3rd floor with bedrooms and ladder hatches to get up to 4th. These have 6 bedrooms in total, each holding 1 player. So these are, once you have the 3rd floor up, these can hold up to 6 players. Coming up to the next floor, we have more bedrooms, holding up to 12 now, and inner peaks. Inner peaks cover the entire shell, including the ladder hatch peaks. Coming into the next floor, we have the open core, with each of these 2 squares holding 8 boxes in total, and there's 6 of those, do the math if you'd like to know, and 2 boxes on the floor and 6 indents, 4 boxes holding 12 each. Coming into here, we have lockers and a peek out into compound. Coming up, we have another locker, 2 beds, and a ladder hatch going up to shooting floor, and a peek down into compound. And for the upper top of open core, we have catwalks for retake, and under the center part, there is room for furnaces and lockers. Coming into the middle part, there will be enough room for about 10 vending machines here, and a ladder hatch going up. One of the many ways to get up to the shooting floor is either come up through here and jump up, or you can go through one of these garage doors and go up the ladder hatch. The shooting floor has pretty decent wide gaps covering the entire compound and china wall. Coming up to the roof, we have 12 wind turbines, turret coverage, mini garages, peeks down into china wall and compound, and searchlight for night raids. And ladder hatch peaks that peek into a pretty big portion of the compound. So, enough showing you. I think it's time to get into how to... Starting off with the core of the base, we place 6 triangles in a circle like this, placing foundations off of each one of those triangles and connecting these foundations with triangles, making one big ass circle. We're going to go onto the far end here, onto this foundation, and box in these 2 triangles with the foundation, placing a half wall here and adding a shelf on top of that. If you would like, you can place a triangle floor frame right here and put TC into here, making this unlootable once a window is added. Over on the other side, we can place a locker and a door or window covering that. I like to have a doorway with a sheet metal door there. Adding 2 ramps to make the TC and... Okay, well, this isn't going to one place, but you can add ramps if you'd like to make the TC and locker more unlootable. I'm not going to for the video's sake. Boxing the rest of this in, we make 2 jump ups here, and adding another shelf here for more boxes. And we also have room for 2 lockers or 3 furnaces in each of these. I recommend furnaces early game, but once you move mostly up to the open core, you can replace these with lockers for retake. Adding in wall frames here, and here, you can now place garage doors to further protect. Coming up to here, we place a half wall and a triangle floor to make the jump up. And symmetrically placing on the other side. Place the ways up like this, and with a wall frame here, boxing the rest of this in except for these. Now you can do a lot of whatever you want up here, but what I do recommend is I place a window here, making this right here my jump up, and then making these ways up from into the shell, making this honeycomb. Then adding turrets here once later. You can also replace this with a window if you'd like a peek out early or into shooting or into shell once you have that up. Adding in a wall frame here for support and people not being able to just walk into halfway through their base. Adding another jump up to get up to 3rd floor later on. And also adding these jump ups and airlocks on the other 2 sides. Now, with our 2nd floor completed, once we fill in the roof, we can go on to the 3rd floor. And do note that there are a couple different things you can do up here. For example, you can replace this here with a loot room, and you can also make another loot room out here, or make this an early game bedroom. This is completely optional. This does not have any interference with the base at all. You can also make 2 jump ups here and over here. It is completely up to you and what your team prefers. Now let's continue with the honeycomb, making this space a lot stronger. So add in foundations off of the triangles you already built for the jump ups, and then triangles connecting the other foundation. So by the end it should be like this on each and every side. And now what we want to do is fill in these holes like this. Make sure the hard side is facing out, so if you blow these walls, you are still met with the hard side. And do that for all sides. And we will fill on the top of this. If you want to make the second, if you have enough materials to make the 2nd floor right away, then you can also just fill in the rest of this. Because that's how it's going to be, but you don't want people sitting in your honeycomb. So add the tops. And once you do have the honeycomb fully built up to the 3rd floor, we can make the shell. And the shell is fairly easy. You just go to one of these sides here, build out 2 foundations, and then build out boom, 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 like that. And that's it. Just repeat that on each side. Once you do have the shell built up, please remember to at least connect these parts, because this will decay, because this is technically not connected to this foundation. So you do want to get this up as fast as possible. We'll place a half wall here, windows on both sides and one on top. And put in 2 roof triangles here, making these not being able to be jumped through. And also, you can hide a locker back here. If you place a locker just up against the wall, and put triangles over it, you can still loot it through the floor. Adding a door frame here and a window here, and repeating that on all sides. Congratulations, you now have a shell. You are now slightly less brim-locked. Continuing on to this base, we can either make the 3rd floor or continue the shell. That is up to you. I'm going to continue with the 3rd floor. Coming up, we're going to make another airlock here. And coming out, we're going to make these our bedrooms. So box in each of these 3 triangles. We love anti-hack. This one back here will be blocked off because of the airlock, so if you do not want this, you can get rid of it. Wait for it to place because this circle is very bad. Keeping this open, we can place wall frames here to be able to go out into inner peaks. You can either make this 3 or 6 entrances, it does not matter. Whichever one you prefer. I prefer to have 5 and have this one just blocked off. Also adding another layer of honeycomb, so if the raiders choose to blow in through here, they have to go through 2 walls. Bringing up, we have to place half wall and 2 walls. So continue that on the entire shell. Once you have that second part of the shell built up, we can build up with just walls this time to make it completely parallel. And then we want to build out with triangles, deleting this one, making it a ladder hatch, and adding a triangle here, making all the peaks. Repeat this around the entire base and shell, meaning it should look something like this when done on all sides. I will cut to that now. Once you have the rest of the peaks built, we can come back into here and fill in the roof. And just fill this in exactly as it's supposed. One thing I do like about this shell is that it leaves no gaps. What some of the problems with 2x2 shells is one of the most popular ones you can't actually fill in the roof to. You have to do some shenanigans with like half walls and low walls and not building in the correct grid squares. But this one you can just completely fill in with like this. So you will want to fill in the entire roof like that, so it just looks like a normal roof. And I will show you what that looks like. If you did the rest of that base correctly, you should end up with this, with triangle ladder hatches on every other triangle in the middle. So excluding the jump up, we go out 1, ladder hatch, out 2, ladder hatch, 2, ladder hatch. You can place these placeables by yourself, just placing the beds and lockers as I do here. It will not show at all if you place the garage door with the rolling part out. You can't see what it is. Coming up, we can make this second floor is very optional on what you would like to do. You can either make this, if you're a smaller team, make this the open core and make a smaller base. Or you can make this second floor another thing for bedrooms. If you do want the bedroom variant, all you have to do is fill all this in. And then make these here your bedroom. or you can make these here your bedroom, or if you have a very, very, very big team, you can just do all of that. But for the sake of the video and the sake of all of you having lives and not being in 30-man clans on official servers, I will just show you how to make the open core. If this would all delete, give me one moment, I'm sorry y'all. Builder Sanctuary is a terrible server. Coming in up into open core, we make walls here. Putting windows here, and one leaving it open for a garage door. Coming over here, we fill all this in, placing windows here, and this is also an ad on why not to use Builder Sanctuary, because I just placed here, here, here. Oh, now it wants to work. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep the bloopers in the video to get all that. Laugh at the stupidity of this. Once this is filled in, we can make our walls here for our loop rooms. Filling in the top. Yes, we go. Adding ramps and placing our boxes on each one of the plain part of the ramp. If you are a clan that doesn't use any sort of industrial or auto sorting, you can fill these in with either garage doors or windows. Garage doors still work if you want to do industrial and auto sorters, so that's what I do recommend. Coming over here, we place a wall frame here, a ladder, or a window here. Placing an embrasure, vertical or horizontal, whichever one you like, over this. Coming up, we leave this open to a wall frame. Filling in these. Adding in a locker here for later. And repeat this on each and every single one of the sides. It will show you what that looks like. Once you are done making the sides of the open core, it should look something like this. Now we're going to make the catwalks. So coming off of 2 squares, 4 triangles, and then a foundation off of this. If it does not place, you need to place a wall frame here, here, and here for supports. Placing low walls all around here. And later on, if you are getting raided and you don't want people to be able to jump through here, you can add in 4 frames here and put either ladder hatches, more ladder hatches, or you can put flame grills to keep people from jumping down, but you can still see up. Coming up here, we're going to fill in the entire roof, adding in supports where needed, making this part right here a triangle ladder hatch, if I can find it. This also doubles as an airlock, so if this is open, people cannot get through here. Coming up, we got half walls. And add walls around this, making this an one-way up to the catwalks, except for here. Once we add in all of this and add more supports here, we can also put a floor here to add half walls, break it, and like that. So this also makes an airlock for the way up. So if somebody blows in from here, they have to go through another garage door until they get most of your loot. Further fortifying the open core starting base. And once we fill in the rest of this, I'll show you how to make wide gaps and the shooting floor. Once the top is filled in, it should look like this, leaving 1 small opening for this opening and 6 small openings on here. These can also be closed off if you'd rather have a ladder hatch in the bedroom. It is completely preference. For the sake of the video, I am going to show the ladder hatch way up. Now, moving on to wide gaps, we come down here onto the triangles that are pointing out. Build out 3 triangle or 3 foundations and a triangle on the end, and build back in a crescent, and build out from the middle one, build out 3, and add foundations on the end. Having 2 triangle foundations going towards the base, that is what we will repeat for every single side, and I will show you what that looks like now. Once you do have this built, we will build up one from here, just like this, and build this all the way up to the roof. Once you get to this middle one, make sure to replace this with a window and add a floor here, bouncing this completely in. And now you can add your beds for the bedroom. Make sure that this is a sheet metal door so people can't shoot you from the shooting floor when you run in or run out. Coming up to the top, we add over here, and triangles coming off the foundations. And you cannot slip through this at anywhere. Adding windows here, and replacing this with a floor frame to put a ladder hatch in. This gives us 7 points of entry total and 12 beds in the shooting floor with direct access. We're going to want to add supports here, here, and here, and filling in as much of this as completely possible. Make sure this is completely symmetrical, because leaving it completely symmetrical will make there be no holes for people to fall through. So people have to use boom to get into your shooting floor. Add supports here too if needed, if you build on a mountain or some low support terrain. There are a few things you can do for jump ups here. You can either make another ladder hatch here. You can make a jump up here too, like this. This is the one that I like to do mostly, because it also gives you room for a bit of a peek. People still can't get through, but you can still peek out and peek in. You can also just... Oh, I guess you can't do that. Okay, well. If you want to do this, you have to do at least that. Or you can come over here and make ladder hatches. Or you can do both if you'd like. You can ladder hatches like this, filling them in and placing a garage door to make them more secure. We can also come either through here and make these our mini garages, holding up to 6 minis and protecting them completely from taking heli, so you don't have to lose all of your flying power just from taking heli. Now, adding onto the mountain roofs, we come over here, build out a semicircle, and then build out a full circle, making our mountain roof. Going all the way up with these, and completely to the top being parallel with the top of the shooting. This is actually not supposed to be here, so I actually lied to you guys. I'm very sorry. Over here, we can put these here, these here. This does create a small gap for you to fall through, but just don't be incompetent like I just was. Creating a triangle frame here for a ladder hatch peak, and making the wall frame and windows. You can also put triangles on the top of here. Adding in a searchlight here and pointing down for nighttime raids to blind other people and for you to be able to see. Going over here, we can add triangles here and windows for more coverage. Bringing over here, out of the lounge door, as far as you'd like. I usually go on for 5. Moving out and placing turbines on top. And if this isn't enough wind turbines for your team, you can also place more turbines here to make the total of 12. And you can also place more wind turbines for early game on external TCs, which I will show you how to make now. Coming off of the wide gaps and mountain roof, build out a square and 2 triangles. If we're just doing the regular gate and not the China Mall, which is what I'm showing in this video, we will put a foundation, or not a foundation, wall frame here. Going out, garage door or double door, whichever one you prefer. And that's our gate. You would put high wooden walls or stone walls to connect these to make a full compound, and to make the external TC part, build out a 4 square circle or 4 triangle circle, and add a square on the end. Put 2 more triangles and 2 half walls here to make a full wall. Adding in the TC right here and this. Destroying these and placing wooden frames here. And these are called disconnectables, so if you get raided you can disconnect them to retake your old base. This is mostly just the base. Mostly the interior you can all do yourself. I'm sure you can figure out where to place boxes. And yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.